just quickly before we get into the main business of the day, which we're looking for a Portuguese perspective from you
Mm-hmm.
on the recent citizenship suggestions. They're serving suggestions at the moment. They haven't been ratified completely by the government, but it's caused quite
Mm-hmm.
controversy. Before we go there, I'm delighted to say, there you are again, that your wife Maria helps
Mm-hmm.
people learn the Portuguese language. And finally, I embarked on the course last week. I started on my birthday. I had a notable birthday, and a lot of people give the excuse, "Oh, I'm too old to learn a new language." Well, I think that's nonsense. I think the two
Mm-hmm.
main objections are too old or not enough time. This is perfect. This is a great way of learning the language, and I think it fits in really well with people's schedules because it's flexible. You don't have to go and attend a class. You can do it online. And I
Mm-hmm.
really had a ball doing the first week. I'm putting my family through the first week this week, and I start my second week here, as you can see. And I've not even looked at the introductory video. That's today's work to
Mm-hmm.
find out what's going on.
Olá!
Bom dia a todos.
There you are. And fantastic videos, Vitor. I really enjoyed those. So if people want to learn a little bit of Portuguese and take up the 30-day challenge, they can do
Mm-hmm.
that. It's the first course in our classroom now at the Portugal Club. So jump over there and study in your own, well, in 30 days, but in a way that fits in with your schedule. Have you anything to add to that before we move on to citizenship?
No, yeah, exactly. And it's part of what I said about we wanting to help people integrate here, right? And on a small note, that email I got of the guy that sent an email saying they love what I'm doing with Portugal Door and selling doors and windows and stuff like that, right? I did reply to that email, and then the guy was said, "Hey, Vitor, thanks for replying. I will admit we were trying to use an AI thing to generate images and whatever and blah, blah, blah. And it didn't work
All
out
right.
on this case." And that's part of a little bit of my business philosophy too, just to explain the situation, which is I always saw businesses as a group of people helping serve another group of people. And so I always want people to be at the forefront. I never really much liked the idea of like this faceless entity corporation thing. Personally.
Yes.
So if you go to my site, portugaldoor.com, my face is like the second thing you see. There's our logo, and then there's me talking about me, because people will work with a person. I've seen many other
Yes.
real estate agents that have pages or companies focused on the foreign buyer. And almost always you have generic skyscraper buildings or whatever, and then they have Lisbon, Porto Algarve, because that's where the most expensive properties are, and they can get better commissions, right? And so we want that people connection. We want to be here for, again, the people who are coming here, and we are people helping people. And so those videos we did to help people learn Portuguese, like our focus was more to create comprehensible videos that you could watch and you could kind of understand, like in context, sort of the meaning of what we were talking about, instead of doing a classroom, like formal education kind of thing, because that's not how we learn languages. We learn languages
So
by
true.
soaking in them, right? Or like when you were a baby, your mom didn't pull up like a spreadsheet or flashcards. Okay, now let's learn the grammar points. And you need to memorize these verbs, right? That didn't happen. And also,
No.
just one last point about that old people thing you said about learning. One a big
The
polyglot
old
that
people
I've been
thing.
that you mentioned, yeah, a big polyglot that I used to follow a lot, and he gives a lot of great advice to learning languages. I think he only started learning his second language when he was like 50 something years old, and now he speaks
Very
close
good.
to 20. Right? He
Yep.
speaks fluent
Excellent.
Chinese.
Yeah.
He speaks fluent Japanese, uh, as well as many other languages. I think he's studying Arabic and stuff like that. Of course, he dedicates a lot of time, but it's a matter of what do you want, and as long as you put in the effort, you can get to it. Just you need to find the right way, and the right way may not always be a classroom.
Yeah, absolutely. And you do have to apply yourself, don't you? You have to in life such as it is. You have to
Yeah,
put things first, prioritize things to make them happen. And
yeah,
thank goodness
exactly.
you and you two
And one
have made
last
this.
note, like I'm
Well,
learning
hold on, wait a minute, wait a
Chinese,
minute.
right?
I will give you the full screen for that. Oh,
I'm
okay.
learning Chinese, so I put my phone
Yes,
in Chinese to force me to understand or to get immersed in the language. Like
amazing.
as you can probably imagine, it was very painful at first.
Yes. Well,
I,
my
I
laptop's the same, Vitor. I've got my laptop in Portuguese. It is very painful. Para
it is.
partilhar, ver o separador, predefinir. All these things are coming up on my screen, and I have to.
Yes.
They're not. It's not second nature.
Now imagine having that, but with characters you've never even seen before.
Yes. No, I don't want to do that. I've got enough on my plate at the moment. Thank you very much, learning Portuguese, and I'm so delighted I'm doing that with Maria. And we're delighted to be going into week 2, and with a
Hmm.
few others as well from the Portugal club. So we're having a ball with that, and it's really made a difference to me. And the
Yes.
practice room, the Saturday morning practice room was great as well. Really enjoyed that. And I'm
Perfect. Yeah.
the only one there.
And I really do appreciate you joining too. And I think she's charging like $20 for people to join the WhatsApp group to
Yeah.
chat and one weekly session.
Yes.
It just helped out because her belly is getting very, very big. And
Oh yes.
approximately near the end of September, it's going to start deflating. And so she won't really be working on the
Flating.
shelf for the following few months.
Yes.
So yeah, every little bit helps.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, I urge you to if you're dragging your feet learning Portuguese, this is a great way. There are other people learning with you. It's fun. You can draw it down from an online source in your own speed. You don't have to go through the endurance test of going to a school twice a week for several months. I was dreading that idea. I didn't get around to doing that in the way that a lot of people have. And
Mhm.
even when they've done that, they're not necessarily doing the conversational Portuguese. They can't speak Portuguese. And the
Yeah.
emphasis on this course is to get started, to get speaking. And it's working. It really is. So thank you both to you. Right, let's move on to the main business of the day. We do start talking, don't we? We're 13 minutes in, Vitor, and we still haven't got around to the main business of the day, which, of course, is very contemporary, controversial. And it is this whole matter of the changes in the citizenship laws here in Portugal, which comes after a whole load of changes